I did finish The Streets of Laredo by Larry McMurtry, the sequel to one of my favorite books of all time, and Lonesome Dove. And here's what I will tell you guys. Larry did not forget how to write between the writing of Lonesome Dove and Streets of Laredo, because this was superb. It's one of those that, like, you think the pressure of trying to write a follow-up to one of the greatest books ever. Now, honestly, I don't know if Lonesome Dove had the near universal acclaim and just like legacy that it does at the time he was writing the sequel. I want to believe that it did, but I'm not sure. So it might be me just looking at it through the wrong lens, really. But again, someone like me who had serious expectations for this because of how good Lonesome Dove was, this was really good. Now, is it as good as Lonesome Dove? No, absolutely not. It can't be. It couldn't be. It's a damn good follow-up, though. And it's one that has me saying, I can't wait to read the next book in this series. So I'll be reading all 4 Lonesome Dove books without a doubt. I can't wait to see some of these characters in their younger days and see what they're like, because the other 2 books do take place before Lonesome Dove in this. But again, as a follow-up, I had a damn good time with this. And what I'll say about this, guys, is somehow it's more grim than Lonesome Dove was. It really was. It was so brutal, so dark, so messed up, but in that way where it doesn't feel like exhausting. You know, a lot of like grim, dark fantasy will feel like exhausting. You know, have to take like a break. This don't. I mean, it sucks, and you feel for these characters, and he really puts his characters through the ringer, like big time. But I never to the point where I feel like, oh, I've got to put the book down because I'm just so beaten down by this. It's just something about his writing style that I never feel like I have to take a break. I mean, his books aren't thin, and you just breeze through them, and not a lot of plot goes on in some of the parts of these books, and you just can't stop reading. It's just something really amazing. I think I think he's right up there with Stephen King for me, and writing slice of life just so good that I just want to spend time with those characters, even if it's just hanging out, if it's just walking down to the saloon, if it's just sitting around a campfire, if it's just going on a trail ride, if it's just going to the store to buy a new gun. I am there for it. I am all about it, just hanging out with the way that he writes these characters. And there's some big surprises, and I was not... I don't feel like I was really shocked with how the latter half of the book went. I think I was surprised at just like how it just kept getting more and more grim. It really did. And some of the characters that make it through the story actually surprised me more so than some of the ones who did not make it. But again, a great follow-up. I would say it feels more almost like an epilogue, as it were, kind of to Lonesome Dove, because it does have the resolution for some of those characters. Kind of like one of those, I want to know what happens after. Maybe not so happily ever after. Well, you find out, and you wouldn't say necessarily that things are better for these characters, but there is a lot of good callbacks and a lot of familiar characters that you'll see again, and find out how their stories do end or go on. And I'm very, very happy that I decided to take up the reins and not just leave Lonesome Dove as just a standalone, because it's not. In the end, it's not a standalone. I think it can function well as a standalone, but it is book 1 of a 4-book series, and I definitely will be visiting this world again, because Larry McMurtry is just an amazing writer. He really is, and it was one of those like, did he just, to get lightning in a bottle, can you do that again? It's hard to really do, but this guy definitely seems like he wasn't a one-hit wonder. He's definitely got a lot of talent behind that typewriter, behind that pen, however he wrote his stories. So I'm very happy that I have taken this trail ride with him and his characters, and I felt better for it, and I can't wait to return again with Dead Man's Walk. Is it Dead Man's Walk, or gosh, I can't remember what the other one's called. Anyway, there's 2 prequels, and I don't know which order they take place in, but that's what I'll be doing later on. I don't have a date for that yet.